Hi guys, welcome back. So most of you probably already know I've been to Cannes with my friend Gabby. We had so many meetings in the perfume world, living our best life, going to parties, but we also carried home loads and loads and loads of new fragrances. Honestly, some are not new releases, some are the fragrances that I just fell in love with or requested before meeting the brand, and they kindly just provided them for me for reviews. But also we have some fragrances that are still under embargo, and I will be only able to talk about them next year, let's say. That's the terrible thing and sad thing about Cannes tax-free event. You know, you see and smell and get many times from the brands if you work with them so many beautiful new fragrances, but you cannot say anything for months, sometimes to a year, to even over a year sometimes, which is crazy. But I don't want to go to jail, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, but I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. All right, let's do that. Let's have a little sneak peek. So today, because I have, first of all, I want to start going through all these fragrances somehow. So I divided my videos for you into brands. And since I have so many fragrances from Sospiro and their sister brands, I'm going to include them all here today. Next time, we're going to focus on Gritty, Cajal, Paris Monte Carlo. There's going to be everything you want. And if you haven't seen my video about what Gabby gave me during Cannes, you know, events, what she brought me from England, check out my latest video. I'll link it right here. But yes, today we are focusing on goodies from Sospiro, Salas, as well as Christian Provenzano and Reinvented. These are all under the same umbrella. So you can find them in similar shops. By the way, Gabby carries them all. So if you are in the UK, you definitely go to Gabby if you're interested in any of these. Let's start. Let's start with the biggest one. I just want to get it out of the way. Not because I don't love it. I adore it. I adore it. And of course, my boyfriend loves it too, even though it's so feminine. And I'm not gonna let him use it. It's my precious, okay? It's my precious. This is Amore Torrido from Salas. And yes, I have this big shebang Murano glass bottle, which is super heavy and you have to be quite careful with it. However, you can buy it cheaper without the Murano glass. It will just have kind of like this bowl as a cap, which personally I would probably prefer. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a piece of art, right? But to travel with and to have it on your shelves, it would be a little bit easier to just have like a normal small cap. I already have from the brand Bianco Eterno, which I rave about. It's the best from that whole Rosendo Mathieu number 5 and Baby Cat from YSL genre. For me, Bianco Eterno is actually the best and the best performing. With Amore Torrido, it was love at first sniff. However, they didn't have it in stock when I saw them last in March in Milan. Since it's very tricky for Sospiro and Salas to send me straight to Poland anything because of the customs system that's very difficult, like between each other, I really begged the team to bring me Amore Torrido to Cannes. And let me just tell you, they were very generous with me, and I'm extremely grateful. But just be sure that these fragrances that I want and wear and enjoy, they're also, of course, for the channel, and you know, they are for the reviews. That's the main reason why I ask brands for perfumes. because for one human being, I have more than enough until the end of my life at this point. I really do. But let's get into Amore Torrido. Guys, this is just like Bianco Eterno. It's an absolute love, but it goes in a completely different direction. This is super sweet. This is coconutty. This is tropical. This is just gorgeous. And it has grapes, red apple, and bergamot. Then it has some apricot, violet, and lily. And in the base, it has coconut, amber, and benzoin. And what you're mainly gonna get is not really grapes, apple, apricot. It's more like a fruit salad, leaning tropical fruit salad, you know, with beautiful coconut amber base. It is to die for. I wear it a lot. I really do wear it a lot. I love it to bits. To bits. It's just amazing. All these brands have such great performance, and definitely great performance is going to be a common denominator in my upcoming videos and, you know, throughout what you see that I got in Cannes, because truly there's not much that's not a beast or not long lasting, if there's anything really. So yeah, Amore Torrido. If you watch Gabby, my friend, Gabby loves perfumes, she is absolutely right about this perfume. It is incredible. It is 11 out of 10. If you like more tropical leaning fragrances that have coconut, but also slightly like heavier, a bit resinous base, but it's nothing like, you know, Ambre Narguile from Hermes, no. But it is there. Like, you have a good anchor here, you know, then you have to have it. You have to have it. I know this is definitely leaning more expensive, but guys, just try it. Just try it and you will understand me and the love I have for it. All right, let's go to Christian Provenzano himself. This is his own brand, because, by the way, pretty much all fragrances from all these brands are created by Mr. Christian Provenzano. This is his brand. I already own Rocca from Provenzano line. And Rocca is like a raspberry, saffrony, sweet, very, very beautiful fragrance. And this is Santal Indien. And I didn't really know about it, to be very honest. And I was, you know, just browsing and smelling all the fragrances in their apartment. And then I got to this. And I was like, oh, damn, please, please pack it up for me. I'm taking this home and people need to know about it. Guys, if you are a fan of sandalwood, you gonna die. I had my eyes rolled to the other side when I smelled it. And you know, it's not very easy to smell a fragrance in an environment where fragrance is everywhere, basically. You don't smell much during those meetings, to be honest. You really have to focus. I didn't have to focus at all. This is the most beautiful sandalwood I've come across in a long time. Another one that I fell in love with as well is from Paris Monte Carlo, but I think this one might be better. This one has bergamot and saffron. It has some neroli and orange blossom, and in the base it has, of course, loads of sandalwood, some cedar, loads of vanilla and amber, and a little bit of vetiver. But the vanilla is super prominent. It's like a milky, creamy sandalwood with vanilla. Many people compare it to Santal Complet from Fragrance de Bois, which are partially I do agree with. However, this one is so much more projecting and stronger. You know, Santal Complet doesn't really last. Maybe you get 4 to 5 hours. This one, you get 12 hours plus. So even though it is, I don't even know if it is more expensive than Fragrance de Bois. Probably not. And you get so much better performance out of this. Also, people compare it to Bel Canto from Sospiro, which I do have here, but they're not the same. And people compare it to, is it Inverness? Yes, Inverness from Memo, which is also like a sandalwoody, kind of a campsite fragrance. Really, really beautiful. But this one is the most milky sandalwood out of them all, and it's the most sweet vanilla. So Santal, Indien, you just need this. Period. Yeah. Gorgeous. Apart from Roca, you need this from the line. You need it. Alright. Reinvented. I've never showed this brand on my channel, and I feel very, very late to the party. I admit. But we're here now, so let me introduce you to my favorite from the brand, which I've been wearing quite a bit since I got it. This is Illusion with the pink cap. Of course, I had to love it, right? So Illusion is gorgeous, just gorgeous, but here are the notes. Juniper berry, so just like think of that juniper berry touch that you get in MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold, alright? Then you get cotton candy and dried fruits. Then you get some saffron rose and cloves. And in the base you get vanilla amber, cedar, and you get two types of, actually one type of wood that's not very popular in perfumery. It's Cabreuva, and you have Gurjan Balsam as well, which is also not too popular. You mainly see Peru Balm or Tolu Balm, and Gurjan Balm is not as prominent when you see the notes in perfumes. And of course it's also a resinous balsamic note, but this one is a little bit more fresher and spicier comparing to Peru Balsam and Tolu Balsam. Okay, I love my balsams, alright? That's why I know. I burn my balsams at home because I love bakur. So with balsams, I know my shit, okay? I know. So basically Gurjan is a little bit like zingy, a little bit more like almost citrusy leaning. That's where I'm getting it. It's almost like spicy citrusy, comparing to the other balms that you see in perfumes. Like Tolu is like very resinous and rich. Then Peru, also quite gloopy. And this is more like fresh and spicy. But back to the fragrance, I just wanted you to know what you might expect from such note. Basically, Illusion is a very, very sweet fragrance, but it does have that kick of spice and a little bit of freshness. And honestly, I would consider it gourmand leaning because of the heavy vanilla and cotton candy. However, it's not exactly. I would say, of course, people compare it to Baccarat Rouge because they see saffron, amber, and cotton candy, and here you go. But no, it's nothing like Baccarat. This is definitely way more complex. It changes throughout the wear. Sometimes when I wear it, I smell something very like almost aromatic, spicy, definitely spicy, balmy, because of that Gurjan balm. And sometimes I mainly smell like cotton candy, fruity, rosy fragrance. Incredible scent that really does change throughout the day. So Illusion from Reinvented, absolute bombshell of a fragrance. And unfortunately they didn't have a full bottle, but they kindly gave me a beautiful travel size atomizer, and this is their most, I guess, famous scent from the brand Reinvented, and this is Sacred Bond. I only have this little thing, but guys, look how much I've used already. It's almost gone. I love it. I've been wearing it today, all day even. So this is, it also has saffron. As you can see, a very, very loved ingredient by Mr. Christian Provenzano is saffron. And guess what? Raspberry. He loves to mix saffron, raspberry, and some sweeter notes as well. So in here, it's a very typical Christian Provenzano fragrance, okay? This is like, if you could pick a vibe of Christian Provenzano, like you would pick a vibe of Quentin Bish, you would go vanilla lychee, right? If you would go into the vibe of, I don't know, François de Machy, you would go into that realm of Ambre Nuit or something, right? With Christian Provenzano, for me, it's a raspberry saffron caramelly fragrance. That's the DNA that's going throughout many fragrances of Mr. Provenzano. But in here we have, of course, that raspberry, we have mandarin orange and bergamot, then we have gardenia, jasmine and rose, and in the base we've got caramel, benzoin, vanilla, saffron, white musk, sandalwood and amber. Sandalwood is also his thing, as you can see from the notes I'm reading you. Sacred Bond is beautiful. It is definitely heavy on the raspberry. I love it. I love it. It's sweet, it's fruity, but it also has that particular kick that I feel like only Mr. Christian Provenzano knows how to do. And this one is actually compared to Dolce Melodia, which I've had for a long time, and I'm down here. I would say not really. This one is a little bit more like in your face, while Dolce Melodia is smoother, a little bit more like tropical, fruity, creamy. And this one is like bang, saffron, bang, raspberry, bang, vanilla, all right? So I would say actually this is more comparable in my eyes to Roca from this line. All right, so that's that. Gorgeous fragrance. And now I have all Sospiro and they're all new. Okay, maybe let's start from the beginning because I got some older fragrances that I really wanted. I couldn't get them in Poland. If I could, I would have had them by this time, way before I spoke even to Sospiro as a brand. First one, Bel Canto. Bel Canto is absolutely gorgeous. It is mainly a sandalwood fragrance. It's very smooth. It's slightly powdery, but it also has like a nice kick to it. It's not boring at all. You get some citruses. You get a little bit of patchouli and a little bit of earthiness. But for me, it's mainly a gorgeous, gorgeous woody powdery scent with sweetness of vanilla and that patchouli and citruses at the very top. Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. That's all I can say. Bel Canto, it's an old one, but a great one. I know my other friend, Demi Rowling, really, really likes this. And I remember her raving about it for a long time. So yeah, Bel Canto, very, very, very beautiful. Unisex, definitely. It's not as sweet as the previous fragrances that I showed you. Like, it's nowhere as sweet as Dolce Melodia or any other previous scent that we reviewed together. Bel Canto is definitely more into that drier sandalwood, still creamy, still quite sweet, but drier sandalwood, and not many sweet notes here. So that's Bel Canto, beautiful song. Then we have Contralto. And Contralto is heavily compared to Bal d'Afrique from Byredo. However, in my honest opinion, it's way better, like truly way better. Contralto, not many people talk about. I've been talking about it for way over a year now because I got quite a few samples. But again, I wasn't able to purchase it in Poland and they brought me Contralto to Cannes. So this one is pink pepper, orange blossom, and clove. Then again, you have juniper berries, and you have some gaiac wood and chestnut. And in the base, you have peru balm, you have vanilla, and you have cashmeran. In my opinion, Contralto will be definitely an easier blind buy than Bel Canto. Bel Canto, you kind of have to try before you buy it. But Dolce Melodia, for me, is a very safe blind buy, and so is Contralto. This fragrance is so gorgeous. It gives you that kick of like, even though there are no citruses listed, this is a perfect refreshing scent as it starts. I definitely feel and smell the blast of citruses. And if I didn't read the notes, I would tell you like it starts very citrusy. You definitely get like a nice sweetness of orange blossom, but nothing that's going into a green side of orange blossom. It's like very, very sweet. Think like, you know, the sweet orange blossom that you get in Love Don't Be Shy. And of course you get some of that blast of spicy pink pepper that's also quite refreshing and very like zingy. You get gorgeous mid because you have chestnut and that gaiac wood here, and vanilla starts peeking through. So I love this one so much. This is so beautiful. And again, not many people talk about it. I think granted, I mainly watch my friends on YouTube. And that's it. I don't really watch like new people and stuff. I just don't have time. Truly, I don't have time. I only see Gabby speaking about this. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like underhyped, underrated, or is it just me that I'm in love with it? But for me, Contralto is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And in here, again, people compare it to Val d'Afrique. People also compare it to Ambra Calabria from Nichenet, and Vetiver Tonka from Hermes, if it helps you in any way, shape, or form. For me, it has its own DNA. It's not really similar to any of those fragrances to my nose. It's definitely non-earthy, non-dusty. It's definitely sweet and very, very smooth and quite woody. So I love this one. Like Contralto is my 10 out of 10 from this orange collection. Like these three are definitely my favorites from the orange collection. Another one that I might want is Herba Oud, because it's very unusual. I talked about that one in the past. Herba Oud is actually quite interesting. Okay, let's get into the newest releases from the brand, and we're gonna wrap up this video with the red collection. Okay, these are gonna be last 3 fragrances with a little sneak peek at the end. I now own the whole new red collection, which I'm very proud of and very happy about. Not gonna lie, I'm very happy to have them. But let's start with my least favorite that I got during l'Accents. So it's not new in my collection, but I just wanted to give you the whole picture of this collection. So Traviata. Traviata is the most aromatic lavender, almost herbal leaning fragrance out of the whole range. It's also the most masculine leaning. It's still a nice fragrance. It opens like lavendery citrusy, and you do have some fruits running through it. So it's not like straight up manly leaning. A woman totally can wear it. But I'll be honest, it's very nice. I'm not gonna get rid of it. My boyfriend loves it. However, this is personally for me my least favorite from this collection. Then the next one that this was the bottle, not me, or the chair or anything. The next one that I really, really, really wanted, but it was out of stock for the longest time, is of course the most hyped up one, and that is Maraschino. Of course, referring to Maraschino Cherry. And this is your fruity floral vanilla bomb. It's gorgeous. Here you have cherry, strawberry, peach, apple, and almond at the top. Then you have jasmine zambac, heliotrope, mimosa, orris, butter, and rose. And in the base you have musk, sandalwood, a lot of vanilla, vetiver, tonka, amber, and a little bit of patchouli that I don't personally smell that much. But Maraschino, I really wanted this. I was raving about it way before I got the bottle, so you guys could expect that it's gonna happen because I loved it for almost a year now, since March. And it really does smell like a candied cherry. It really, really does. You get a candied cherry, you know, that cherry on the cake. That's exactly how this smells. Exactly how this smells. They pictured it perfectly in their scent. This is that candied cherry that you put on a cake. This is how it smells, period. I love it. And it's all thanks to the combination between cherry, strawberry, green apple, almonds, and heliotrope, in my opinion. And of course, vanilla. But that's apparently how you get a maraschino cherry. Candied cherries. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I would say this is my favorite from the range, but I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant because we have Maraschino. By the way, they're all very long lasting. Maraschino was recently released, and the newest one that was just released is my second favorite, I would say. And that is, drum rolls, Dolce Sonata. So we had Traviata, my personal least favorite. I still like it, but it's least favorite from the range. Maraschino, the favorite, and the newest one, Dolce Sonata, which is exquisite. If you want something less candy sweet comparing to Maraschino. This one, as much Maraschino is an homage to candy sweet cherries and strawberries and that almondy heliotropy vibe that basically gives you a smell of a cake and that candied cherries. You want something a bit more, I don't want to say mature, but a little bit less sweet and candy-like, then Dolce Sonata is for you. It's still very sweet, but it's very complex. So in here we have an homage to raspberry. Alright, this time it's all about the raspberry, apricot, lime, bergamot, and sweet orange. Then we have osmanthus, incense, some lily of the valley, rose and jasmine, and in the base we've got cotton candy, incense again, and a little bit of patchouli. And this is also divine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cotton candy, incense, and raspberry, and a little bit of patchouli. That's what I get. It's really good. And a bit of lime as well. But this one is definitely the most like, wow, unique, complex, different when you compare the whole collection. And any other fragrance, to be honest. This is just very, very, very unique. And I think it's gonna be perfect for everyone who loves sweet, everyone who loves fruity, but also everyone who loves a little bit citrusy. And for everyone, on top of everything, it's for everyone who loves incense. It's not a heavy incense, but I think if you like incense and maybe you want something for spring and summer period, Dolce Sonata. Amazing combination between fruity, sweet, and smoky. I love it. All right, now I think I'm still under embargo, but I'm just gonna give you a sneak peek. These are the these are the new bottles that will be coming out. And it's a whole collection. And it's great. Okay, that's all I can say. And I do have my favorites, which I have with me. And I think if you like this channel, you'll be obsessed. And if you have similar taste to mine, you'll be obsessed. Alright guys, so that is all from Sospiro, from Salas, from Reinvented, and Provenzano. The next video is going to focus on other brands that I had meetings with, and I'm going to show you the novelties, new releases, as well as my favorite fragrances from the brands. So stay tuned for that and see you next time. Bye bye.